Well, Christian, what did you think of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell?
That was a good time. Very of its era.
Politically, gameplay-wise, graphically, the soundtrack, what, Christian?
All of the above. Okay. Actually, this game could almost pass for a ray tracing demo.
Because of
all the shadows, dynamic lights.
Yeah.
Look at how the shadows change as you shoot the light bulb.
That's cool though, Christian.
Back
off a little bit, dude.
It's very cool.
Okay. We're talking about this game in 2021, but back in the day, that lighting system was pretty awesome, dude.
Absolutely.
The moths.
It's still novel today, dude.
It is. It still looks all right, I think.
Absolutely.
Not the level geometry. Everything looks crazy as far as level geometry goes. But the lighting system, except it breaks sometimes when you're standing in a pool of light and Sam Fisher's just not casting a shadow for some reason.
Yeah. But the darkness meter does whatever it wants to.
Yeah. I didn't even look at that thing because who cares? Like, come on. The stealth in this game is designed by a madman, Christian.
Yeah? How so? Hit me.
Okay, say you walk into a room, there's like 3 dudes walking around, right?
Yep.
What would you do in this situation?
3 dudes walking around. I would try and isolate one of them a little bit.
Okay.
But most of the things that you do will just cause one person to investigate, and then the other people do nothing.
Yep.
So what I would probably do, find a dark spot and do a jump.
Yeah. And they're like, what? So yeah, the stealth is bad, I think. Like, so many times I would try to sneak up on a dude and grab him, and then he would just like do a 360 kickflip and stare at me, and then
that's not good.
Oh, what are you? And then shoot me dead. So
you gotta go like super slowly. You can't really catch up to someone. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Like, I don't think this game's terrible. I think they had some ideas, but I think their biggest idea was cool lighting system, and I think that's a really cool idea. It's just so satisfying to kind of like claim territory in a room by knocking lights out.
Yes.
It's such a cool idea, and I'm surprised more games haven't done that, because it's like it's just fulfilling to me.
Absolutely. You got like 2 guns, but that's all you need to shoot out some lights.
And you got all your fun spy gadgets. Like I think the spy stuff is pretty cool in this game.
Sticky camera.
Yeah, that whistles. That's pretty awesome. Where there's the most friction with that stuff is that the levels don't really tell you where to go too much, which is bad. But it also encourages you to kind of figure cool spy stuff out in a way.
Yes.
I don't think it's net positive, but I do think it's fun to be like, you got to get into this building and you have to like explore and find like pipes to climb up and stuff. It's more interesting than being like this linear, even though this game is extremely linear, but this like, they kind of, it's not Hitman is what I'm saying, but it's more interesting than just like go into this room and shoot people.
Yeah, that linearity is probably what makes it a little more frustrating when you don't know that there's a pipe on the ceiling that you're supposed to use to climb somewhere. But once you do, smooth sailing. Yeah,
because they don't give you, like, situational awareness is pretty poor in this game because they don't give you the Metal Gear Solid map to know. So it's like, I'm climbing the stairwell and oops, there's a guy 3 floors above me and he heard me and now I'm dead. So, but that's why you have your goggles, Christian.
Night vision and thermal vision. Does the game tell you when thermal vision is available? No. Okay.
I couldn't remember if it was even in this game. And then I was just like jamming around and it's like, oh yeah, I can see heat now, dude.
Yeah. There's only like 2 reasons to use the thermal vision, I think, anyways. One being the mines.
Yep.
Lovely mine section. And then the other one being freezer where there's fog everywhere. That looks awful.
I got 2 more reasons to throw at you. 1, it runs slightly better. 2, it looks cool.
It does.
Done.
Oh, yes.
I like that you can stand and slowly watch body heat leave a dead body that you just shot in the head. Little kid me was pretty into that idea because it was realistic. Sam Fisher is a hell of a man, dude. He's got a daughter. He's got problems.
He's got problems.
You like the politics of this game, Christian? Were you into the whatever was happening?
I don't know what was happening. Yeah. I don't know. It sure did take a lot of twists and turns. It reminded me of like your like Modern Warfare Onward Call of Duty campaign where it's just stuff happening non-stop. So much stuff. Twists, turns, espionage, action, politics, intrigue.
Right.
Very plot complex, very morally and thematically simple,
Right.
which is America. We have the freedom to kill people in order to protect freedom.
Right. What is it? The fifth element or
The
whatever?
fifth freedom.
Yeah.
And it's in the intro title sequence.
That intro title sequence is incredible, by the way. Oh my god.
The song that they've got playing, all of it.
Oh.
It's just like stepping into a time portal.
It's like an army recruitment ad or something from 2004. It's so cool. But I think, though the plot is overcooked spaghetti, it leads to what I think are pretty interesting ideas for levels, or just like scenarios where you're like
Yes.
sneaking into the CIA headquarters or something.
Yes.
Like, that's cool. I like that a lot. I like the last mission a lot
Absolutely.
also. There's some cool stuff going on there.
Totally. And despite being really linear levels, I like how Lambert will like chime in your ear after you completed an objective. Be like, oh, we got this happening. This and this changed. Good luck, Sam.
Yep.
Figure it out.
No alarms
And-
or now alarms. You can kill people now.
Yes.
Sam, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel more dynamic and it makes it feel like it's changing when, in the grand scheme, you're still just walking down hallways and trying not to be spotted by dudes.
Right. It is basically the same scenario, separated by hallways, but you go from like sneaking into the CIA and there's 3 dudes in a room and you gotta get through it, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, now you're in some country and you're in a Chinese restaurant and there's 3 dudes and you gotta get through
Yes.
it. And that was enough for me, I guess. I enjoyed
Same here.
going through that scenario over and over. So.
Platforming sucks. Platforming isn't good. I clenched my butt for every single jump in the beginning of that last mission.
Yep.
It's like, "Ugh, please grab the ledge, Sam." Okay, good job.
There were plenty of times when he didn't.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like you had this problem, but I just had parts in this game where I would just die over and over and over and over and over. And then the AI would break in the right way once and I would be through it. I'd be like, okay, cool. But I like that it gives you the freedom where this is a stealth game, but if you just want to go loud and, clean up, you can do that too.
Yes.
Within reason. Like, it's not
Within reason,
the ideal because you're kind of fragile, but
There's little things that suck, like how the cursor doesn't always, like your shots don't always go exactly where the cursor is, even if you're sitting still for 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's a little annoying.
Frustrating,
Or the alarms that'll happen because a body was, 2 inches into a light source.
Yeah. It's like moving bodies sucks, and
It does.
I tried to avoid doing so at all because I would take the alarm if I could, just so I wouldn't have to deal with,
Absolutely.
having to drop the body to open the door. Like, what are we doing? It's not
Yeah,
good.
that is not good either. Eesh.
Yeah. But I guess I just push all that out of my brain, and I like the cool parts. Like, I really like that sequence when you're in the Kolinotech or whatever, and there's the wall mines all over the place, but there's a timer.
Yes.
That's a cool scenario. I don't know. I like
It
what they
is.
set up there.
Yeah. You can just sprint through it as the mines explode behind you. That's freaking awesome. Or there's like a couple people walking past a wall mine. You can shoot the wall mine and watch them catch on fire.
It's like a red barrel, but it leaps at you.
Yes.
Lots of problems with this game. Doesn't look very good, and AI is busted, and the controls are kind of wonky, and shooting's not great. But I don't think the shooting is supposed to be great. But
I still like it quite a bit in spite of all these flaws.
yeah, me too.
I like the back and forth with Sam and Lambert. There's a little sass getting thrown back and forth.
Yeah,
I like how Lambert will just throw him a pile of crap on a plate and then just expect him to, spit it into a pile of gold. And that's your job as Sam Fisher.
Where do you want to put it, Christian?
It's nice playing a good game,
Yeah, I
First time in a while, I think.
I guess so. You're being mean. Like, I don't think this is great. I had a good time with it.
How'd you feel above Triple Trouble? Sonic Triple Trouble.
That sounds good. Sure.